Okay, so again, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our virtual class. So these are the learning objectives on today's lesson. We will recognize the importance of marketing mix in the development of marketing strategy. We will also understand the 4 P's in marketing mix, and we will develop a marketing strategy and marketing mix for a product. So the focus of today's lesson is on how to develop a marketing strategy and marketing mix for a product. So to start with, let's discuss what is marketing strategy. When we say marketing, it refers to the activities a company undertakes to promote the buying or selling of a product or service. So this includes your advertising, the selling and delivering of your products to our customers or to other businesses. Some market is done by affiliates on behalf of a particular company. And when we say a strategy, it's a long-term plan on what to do to achieve a certain goal. So generally, when we say strategy, it involves setting goals and priorities, determining our actions to achieve the goals, and mobilizing our resources to execute the actions. So a strategy describes how the ends or how our goals will be achieved by its means or our resources. So if we're going to combine these two words, we would come up with the word marketing strategy. It is simply a clear statement on how a marketing professional intends to present a product to the public, taking into account the target audience, product benefits, and of course, the marketing methods. So every business class should have a marketing strategy. Pag sinabing marketing strategy, ito yung overall game plan natin for reaching our prospective consumers and turning them into customers for our products or services. And every businesses should have a marketing strategy. And the marketing results don't just happen by chance. In creating our strategy, we must ensure that we are targeting the right people or consumers with the relevant products or services that appeals to them. So the more time you spend creating a clear strategy, the more opportunities you create to sell. So what does an effective marketing strategy look like? So it's like a structured document usually where we outline your business purpose, the aims of your product or the services, and what makes it different from the rest. So it should be setting out who your customers are and why they should engage with your products and services. Your strategy class should provide a clear framework for reaching your target customers, including the details on your planned activities and the relevant methods of how to communicate with them. Examples of marketing strategy, we have like the internet marketing strategy. It is a kind of strategy where we use to market our products and services through online or through other digital means. So this can include a variety of online platforms or tools and mga content delivery system like creating a website for your products, yan, and other design. So aside from internet marketing strategy, we also have the what we call paid media. Paid media naman is a kind of marketing strategy that you pay for. Paid media includes your TV ads, your print advertising, your sponsorship, and other types of media. We call that as the paid media. So those are just some of the examples of marketing strategy that we might use for the developing or opening, no? Pag showcase ng ating mga products for our consumers or customers. Okay, so aside from marketing strategy, we also need not to develop a marketing mix. Okay, so this is different from marketing strategy. Okay, when we say marketing mix, this is closely related to strategy but with different elements, not to complete them. While in marketing strategy, they are most likely concerned with the setting of the direction of a company or the product line, the marketing mix is primarily tactical in nature, and they are employed to carry out the overall marketing strategy. Okay, so this is the set of controllable tactical marketing tools that a company uses to produce a desired response from its target market. This is usually consists of everything that the company can do to influence the demand for their product. This is also a tool to help marketing planning and execution. So in marketing mix class, ito yung mga actions or tactics na ginagamit ng company para ma-promote yung brand or yung product nila sa market. And in marketing mix, we mean how the business proposes to sell its products. So the businesses must gather the what we call 4 P's of marketing in very appropriate combination. So how does marketing mixing work? Okay, so there's no two products that are promoted in exactly the same way. So therefore, entrepreneurs must develop products or product marketing plans based on their analysis and interpretation of these 4 P's of marketing. So to further discuss this 4 P's of marketing, let's proceed to the next slide. So first, we have your product. Talking about product, they are the goods and services that the company offers to the customers. So ideally, products should fulfill an existing consumer demand. Or a product may be so compelling that consumers believe that they need to have it, and it creates a new demand. To be successful, you need to understand the life cycle of a product, and entrepreneurs need to have a plan for dealing with the products and every stage of that product life cycle. So the questions are, what do customers want from your products and services? Does it satisfy their needs? Okay, so if we're going to refer to the product, we will see then their features, their benefits to the consumers. Okay, have you missed out any of those features? And how and where will the consumers use it? And also, how will the customers experience it? Okay, so if you have answered those questions already, you may now proceed to the next P, which is the price. Price is the cost consumers pay for a product. You must always link the price to the product's real and perceived value, but they also must consider the supply cost, the seasonal discount, and the competitors' prices as well. Because in some cases, there are entrepreneurs that may raise the price to give the product the appearance of being a luxury. Alternatively, they may also lower the price so more consumers can try the product. You also need to determine when and if discounting is appropriate in terms of pricing your products. A discount can sometimes draw in more customers, but it can also give the impression that the product is just less exclusive or less of a luxury compared to when it was priced in a higher value. Okay, so the questions for price: when pricing your product would be how will you price it no compared to your competitors, higher ba or lower to our competitors? What is the value of your product or services to the buyer? Are there any possible established price points from the product service in this area? Okay, so those are just some of the questions that you need to answer also no in terms of your pricing. Okay, so your price inexpensive? That an inexpensive or expensive product, a luxury or an affordable one? Yeah, so that's for the pricing. We also have for the place. For the place, when a company makes decision regarding the place, they are trying to determine where they should sell a product and how to deliver the product to the market. So the goals of the entrepreneurs is always to get their products in front of the consumers that are most likely to buy them. So nasaan ba ang ating mga target customer? Saan sila bumibili, no? If not in a physical store, are they using their desktops or mobile devices for them to buy the products? Or are they shopping for similar products online or in a physical store? Ayan, another question is, where are they engaging in social media? Diba? Okay, so in terms of place, kailangan alam natin kung saan natin ilalagay or ibebenta yung ating mga products or i-offer ang ating mga services. Okay? So another piece in terms of marketing mix is of course the promotion. Advertising, public relations, sales, and social media. These are some of the common methods of promotion. And this is the component of marketing mix where the strategies are outlined for reaching out to your target market with a message about your product benefits. So gaining attention and persuading your customer that your product benefit is what we really wanted to achieve. So how do we reach your target audience? Can we reach them through social media accounts or through face-to-face interaction? So another question is, where will you send your marketing messages to your target audience? We can do that by texting them or messaging them on your social media accounts, even on your emails, promoting your products, promoting your services. Another one is that how does your competition promote their product? We must also know kung paano gumalaw ang ating mga competitors pagdating sa pagpro-promote ng kanilang mga product. And thus, those influence your own promotional activity. Okay? And of course, when is the best time for us to promote our product? Because at times there are products that we need to like promote or sell them during holiday seasons only or during summer breaks, no? Dapat tama yung promotions na gagawin natin, no? For our products and services. So these questions, once you have answered these questions, you can now craft your own marketing mix strategy. So the marketing mix class becomes a part of our tactical plan and describes the elements that will achieve the product sales goals. If you can notice, everything is based upon the analysis of our four main factors that influence marketing, like our product, price, place, and promotion. Okay, or the four P's of marketing. The intersection or interaction of these four factors would influence the choice of specific marketing tactics that form the marketing mix. Okay? So really it's the marketing mix is considered as an essential marketing theory that all businesses should consider. Okay? And entrepreneurs should know how to mix and match those 4 P's of marketing. Like for example, we have here, for instance, a travel and tour business would be wise to sell or offer and give discounts to its services during summer or during bare months when consumers or customers are having their vacation leaves or semestral breaks. Also, we also have there, if you wanted to sell products which are pwedeng pang pasalubong to our loved ones, okay, we could usually see, or we could sell those products near places wherein maraming tao, puntahan ng tao, ayan, lalong-lalo na pagpauwi sa mga iba't ibang provinces. So notice that they considered, no, every 4 P's of marketing, no? Tamang mix and match lang nitong 4 P's ng ating marketing for us to come up of a marketing mix or tactics and consider as a part of our marketing strategy. Ayan. Okay? Now that we have already discussed the marketing strategy and a marketing mix for a product, let's proceed to how do we develop a marketing strategy and marketing mix for a product. Okay, so these are the things, no, or the steps for us to develop a marketing strategy and marketing mix for a product. So first, we define the unique selling proposition for the company or for the business. Next, we describe the targeted audience for the product and then define the product in detail, followed by create a pricing strategy for your product, identify the place where the product will be marketed, and lastly, define the promotional techniques that you will use for the product. Okay, so first is we define the unique selling proposition for the company. When we say USP or unique selling proposition, these are statements that would describe how your product or your company or your business would be different than the other competition or than the other products that we have on the market. So the best USP class would take a unique quality and explain how that quality would benefit your customer, all in a few memorable words. Okay, so many companies and entrepreneurs in the past and in the present use these USPs as their slogans so that they can put them in front of many prospective customer as possible. Okay, so we have example here, a unique selling proposition. If the customer would say, I am hungry, but mom and dad are too tired to cook. The USP of a food industry, pizza delivered in 30 minutes or it's free. Okay, so the first thing that you will notice that is that their USP, no, for this food industry is very catchy. Imagine if it will not be delivered in 30 minutes, it would be free. Madaling maalala ng tao. Some of the best slogans in the past class have used different unique product qualities that no one would think they were good selling points until it worked. Okay, so that is just some of the examples that I could give you. And it is the reason why it's very crucial for all entrepreneurs, no, to understand how to identify a unique selling proposition to help them guide your branding and your marketing decision. So after creating or defining your USP, the next thing to do is to describe the targeted audience for your product. Okay, so what is a target audience? Your target audience refers to the group of people or group of consumers most likely to want your product or your services. And therefore, those group of people who should see your ad campaigns, okay, we call them as your target audience. The target audience may be dictated by their age, gender, income, location, and even their interest, no? They are formed in different groups. Like, for example, we have your adults, teens, mid-teens, or even kids or preschoolers. To market to any given audience effectively, class, it is essential to become familiar with your target market. Also, their habits, behavior, likes, and of course, dislikes. So once you have already described your target audience for your product, we will now define the product in detail. Okay, so take time to describe the specific value and qualities of your product. Go beyond the obvious. Look for a unique features or qualities that the product has to offer. Also, you could display that in your marketing campaign, itong mga detail ng product natin. Okay? So like for example, if you want or you're planning to sell like gadgets, laptops, cell phones, okay, so you define the details of those products. Like for example, sa mga laptop, di ba? So usually, mga details na dapat nilalagay dyan is yung ilan yung memory storage niya, yung processor, anong ginagamit, yung mga specs. For the furnitures naman, ayan, so we also have anong wood yung ginamit, okay? Yung durability ng isang furniture, yan. Okay, for the cosmetics naman, usually ang tinitingnan natin detail is kung ano yung mga chemicals na ginamit or yung mga brands saan galing or sino yung gumawa, 'di ba? When we usually buy these products, ito yung mga common na tinitingnan natin, no? Not only for the price but also for the quality of the product. Okay. For me, no, ang kapag bumibili ako ng mga cosmetics like mga makeup or perfume or ayan, mga ginagamit sa katawan, ang usually na tinitingnan kong detail dito is itong ganitong logo. Yan. So, as long as it has a logo like parang bunny ears, so ibig sabihin nun, etong product na to is they are not testing it for the animals, no? So, napaka-animal friendly na mga produkto, yun yung unang tinitingnan ko pagdating sa mga cosmetic products myself, okay? Yung mga ginagamit ko since they are not tested on the animals. Well, anyways, we have different, no, na tinitingnan sa mga products natin kapag binibili natin. Like also the expiration dates, yan, yung mga brands, kung saan gawa. And you need no really to define the product in detail. Okay, so does it fit for its purpose? Yun yung isa din sa mga tanong, no, ng mga entrepreneurs, no, pagdating sa mga products nila. Kailangan kung ano yung purpose ng product niya yun is talagang nagagampanan niya. Okay? So next, after defining the product in detail, the next thing to do is to create a pricing strategy for your product. So indicate how similar products are selling in the marketplace using the what we call market research that you have collected. Gather all this market research and study to ensure that you don't overprice or underprice the product. Okay, so reach the companies or the business stated sales and profit objectives for that product using different pricing strategy. So there are so many pricing strategy that we can use. One of them is the what we call price skimming. Price skimming, class, it is designed to help entrepreneurs to maximize their sales on new products and services. Sa price scheming, tinataasan natin yung rates ng ating products or yung price ng isang product during the what we call introductory phase. So the business owners then will lower their prices gradually kapag may nakita na silang competitors na nag-a-appear sa market. One of the benefit kapag gumamit ng price scheming is that it would allow businesses to maximize profits on early adopters before dropping prices to attract more price-sensitive consumers. Diba? So, it will not only does price scheming to help our small businesses not to recoup on their costs, but it could also create an illusion of quality and exclusivity when your item is first introduced to our marketplace. So, ang price scheming, isa lang yan sa talagang ginagamit no, ng mga entrepreneurs and business owners, lalong-lalo na kung lalabas sila or mag-release ng mga bagong produkto nila. So they have their initial scheming price, the second price, and the final price. Okay, price scheming. So next, after creating a price strategy, you will now identify the place where the product will be marketed. Okay, so those are just some of the examples of place where we could market or we could sell our products and services. So recognize that place goes beyond your geographic location. Look more closely at the type of venue where the product will be featured. Okay, so note whether the product will be marketed in grocery stores, department stores, or in small boutique shops. Yan. Okay, so once you have already identified your place, the next thing to do is to define some promotional techniques that you will use for your product. Okay, so explain how will you use the standard promotional techniques like advertising or sales and promotional events. Others are selling it person to person. Others are using their public relation campaigns. So create a promotional strategy that would feature the product's qualities as effectively as possible. And one effective promotional techniques na talaga namang ginagamit ng mga entrepreneurs is yung tinatawag nating word of mouth. It's the passing of information from person to person by oral communication. Because of the personal nature ng mga communications between different individual, maraming naniniwala na ang mga product, no, mga product information that is communicated through word of mouth, ayan, ay mas credible or may credibility. No? Word of mouth depends on the extent of your customers' satisfaction with the product or services and the degree of its perceived value. Ayan. So, aside sa word of mouth promotional techniques, we also have their advertising on television. Some of them also uses mga sikat na tao for them to promote their products and services. Kung kaya naman natin no, na gawin ito, why not? Lalo na sa mga sikat like mga influencers, sabi nga nila. Ba? So, sa advertisement, nagbibigay ng message which is binabayaran ka ng company, no? Or binabayaran natin yung company, no? Para mag-deliver ng messages or ng mga details about sa products mo through the mass media. Okay? Ayan, we also have your commercials as an example of ads that run specifically on broadcast media like television and radio. So choosing the right medium to persuade yung ating target audience or customers is very critical, no, element of a successful advertisement. So dapat swak siya dun sa yung products or services na i-offer. Okay? So again, those are the things that we need to develop, okay, in terms of marketing strategy and marketing mix for our product. Okay, so we define the unique selling proposition for the company. We describe the targeted audience for the product, define the product in detail, create a pricing strategy for the product, identify the place where the product will be marketed, define the promotional techniques that you will use for the product. Okay, so please take note of this marketing strategy and marketing mix for your product. Okay, so sabi nga ni Michael Labu, a satisfied customer is the best business strategy of all. After all, one of our goal class naman talaga is kapag nakita natin no na masaya at satisfied ang ating customer is nagiging masaya na rin tayo being an entrepreneur or a future entrepreneur. Okay? These are the references on today's lesson. Ayan. Okay, so thank you everyone for listening on today's virtual class.